So, Anna, I've been going through this biology material, and it's fascinating how much there is to cover. Let's start with that big picture idea, how a Christian worldview influences biology.
Absolutely, Simon. The key point is that Christians see life as created by God with purpose and design, not random chance. Studying biology then becomes a way to appreciate that complexity and order.
Right. And it's not about rejecting science. Christians can value scientific investigation because it reveals the processes God designed. For example, ecosystems show interdependence, like bees pollinating flowers, which looks like intentional balance.
Exactly. And human anatomy is another great example. The way our circulatory and nervous systems work together with such precision points to a designer. Even DNA is like a detailed code passed down through generations.
That makes sense. Now, the material also contrasts evolution with a creationist view. Evolutionists rely on natural selection and genetic diversity, but they reinterpret Genesis to fit an old Earth, which dismisses biblical teaching.
And there's that major problem, death before sin. In a Christian view, death entered the world through sin, but evolution requires death over millions of years. That's a fundamental conflict.
Let's move to microbiology. Microbes like bacteria are everywhere. Bacteria have peptidoglycan in their cell walls, and many move with a flagellum attached to a protein motor. That's incredibly complex.
Yeah, and they reproduce by binary fission. Some have plasmids that carry antibiotic resistance genes, and your microbiome, those bacteria living inside you, help remove toxins and absorb vitamins.
Conditions like temperature, oxygen, food, and water affect their survival. Now, protists are interesting. Kingdom protozoa are animal-like and heterotrophic, moving with cilia or flagella.
And they have contractile vacuoles to control water pressure and can form cysts to survive harsh conditions. Chromists are plant-like, performing photosynthesis with cellulose cell walls.
Some chromists are fixed to the ocean floor and lack flagella. They form the base of the marine food chain. And red tides occur when they rapidly reproduce, starving water of oxygen.
Fungi are another kingdom. Their cell walls are made of chitin, not cellulose, and they can't make their own food. They have hyphae and reproduce via spores from gills under the stipe.
Yeast reproduces by budding or fragmentation. Perfect fungi reproduce sexually, imperfect ones asexually. Lichens are a symbiotic partnership between fungi and algae.
Now plants. They're either vascular or non-vascular. Vascular plants have tissues like xylem and phloem to transport water and nutrients. Some have seeds from flowers, angiosperms, or cones, gymnosperms.
Non-vascular plants like mosses absorb directly from the environment and produce spores. Transpiration pulls water up via cohesion, tension, adhesion, and osmotic pressure, like drinking through a straw.
Plant tissues include dermal, waxicuticle, vascular, xylem and phloem, ground, parenchyma for photosynthesis, collenchyma and sclerenchyma for support, and meristematic stem cells.
Leaves are the main energy producers, with veins of xylem and phloem. Stomata let gases in and out. Stems can be herbaceous or woody with bark. Roots anchor and absorb. Taproots go deep, fibrous or shallow.
Flowers have male stamens with anthers producing pollen, and female carpels with stigma, style, and ovules. Seeds need proper temperature, oxygen, and moisture to germinate.
Switching to animals, all have eukaryotic cells, are heterotrophs, lack cell walls, and are multicellular. They have collagen and either endo or exoskeletons. Body plans can be bilateral, radial, or asymmetrical.
Invertebrates make up 97% of animals. Sponges are sessile filter feeders with collar cells that engulf food via phagocytosis. They reproduce by budding or forming gemmules.
Conidians, like jellyfish, have stinging conidiocytes, hydrostatic skeletons, and a nerve net. They exist as polyps or medusas. Coral reefs are great examples of symbiosis.
Mollusks include bivalves, clams, gastropods, snails, and cephalopods, octopus. They have gills, open circulatory systems, and siphons. Echinoderms like sea stars have a water vascular system and tube feet.
Arthropods are the largest group, invertebrates with exoskeletons of chitin that molt. They have 3 body segments and antennae. Chelicerates include spiders with book lungs, and crustaceans like crabs have swimmerets and chelipeds.
Insects have 3 body parts, 6 legs, and most have wings. They breathe through trachea and spiracles and excrete via Malpighian tubules. They undergo complete or incomplete metamorphosis and can be helpful or harmful.
Now, human body systems. There are 4 tissue types: nervous, connective, most abundant, muscle, skeletal, smooth, cardiac, and epithelial. The integumentary system is our skin.
The lymphatic system fights infection with lymph nodes, macrophages, and lymphocytes, B and T cells. Passive immunity is receiving antibodies. Active immunity is when our body produces its own.
The respiratory system brings air through the pharynx, epiglottis, larynx, trachea, bronchi, to alveoli where gas exchange happens. The diaphragm drives inhalation and exhalation.
Blood carries oxygen via hemoglobin and red blood cells. It's made of plasma, leukocytes, erythrocytes, and platelets. Arteries carry oxygenated blood away. Veins return deoxygenated blood. Capillaries connect them.
The heart has 4 chambers. The right atrium receives deoxygenated blood via vena cava, sends it to lungs via pulmonary arteries. Left atrium receives oxygenated blood from lungs, and left ventricle pumps it out through the aorta.
The nervous system includes the central nervous system, brain and spinal cord, and peripheral nervous system. Neurons have dendrites, cell body, and axon. The brain has cerebellum with 4 lobes: thalamus, hypothalamus, cerebellum, and brainstem.
The autonomic system controls involuntary functions, and the sympathetic system triggers the fight or flight response, releasing epinephrine. That increases heart rate and breathing.
Overall, a Christian worldview encourages studying biology to understand God's creation. Science reveals the mechanisms, but faith gives meaning. It's not an either-or, but both and.